Link, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to another video. Welcome to another show, another mukbang. Okay, you're doing well. Another quick one. We're earlier than yesterday, but there was a lot of snow today. Yesterday night, so I might have to leave earlier because I want to catch the bus, and sometimes the bus is affected. His schedule is affected by the snow. Again, we guys are doing well. We're still eating a KFC burger, which was really good, but this time instead of fries, we have, ladies and gents, the amazing chicken popcorn. Right now, why this is really cool is because yesterday, I think I made a mistake. To be quite honest. That mistake was to put the whole burger in the microwave. Because again, you shouldn't put mayo in the microwave, nor should you put lettuce. So this time we only put the tender. Oh yeah. Much better. So, again, I wish I had more time to do these giant mukbangs, but my schedule quite unrealistic. Sadly. To be fair, I feel like I'm not great at time management. I'm not great at all. But what can I do for that? So those chicken popcorn are phenomenal. And it's quite simple. You get a bigger breading per chicken ratio. And whole. We love ratio. We also love Rachel. Hi Rachel. So yesterday, we started a hopefully very interesting talk about pain. Boy was thirsty. Thirsty boy. And although I may be horrible at time management, I'm gonna be a chaotic mess, I can still do part 1 and part 2. Which makes, let's face it, a smaller video, sure, but perhaps that's what you like more. I don't know. I really like doing old, long form content. We like doing that. We're gonna make a complete video out of that. But that's not for today. Today, I explain part 2. So yesterday what we did was analyze what pain was. Understand what pain was. Today, we don't need to do that. Because realistically, if you're looking at a playlist or at a video, and the title of the video is today, it's January 24. Pain Mukbang Part 2. The chance that part 1 is on the channel. But if you don't care about watching the part 1, then you don't care about me having a summary of it. And if you do care about the part 1, you would watch it, right? So, diving into the subject, we can analyze why am I feeling the same. And again, it is really weird because think about you telling a story. A perfect story has a beginning, a reason why the story is moving along, and a solution. You're already mid-story, so it's hard for me, but I took some notes. Because, I want to be more concise, more precise. I know I have less time. I want to make the most out of it. I know pain is a pretty important subject, so I want to make the most out of it. Now, you have to keep in mind that this is my point of view today. In 6-8 months, I can do another video called pain. It's going to be different or similar. And ultimately, that's the amazing thing about talking about it. Like, I talk about school. If you talk about the books, they don't change. And for things like history, it's okay because history don't change. But there's one thing that changes. There's one perception that changes. If you ask me, I want to say like 10 years ago, if the pronoun war was such a mediatized thing as it is today, it wasn't. But now that we are more informed, we have to understand the information that's presented to us. Now the answer is social media. And it's pretty simple, right? Focus on pain. Sorry about that. No. I don't want you guys to see me eating, that's why I have to cover my mouth. Or maybe you like it. I don't know. Pain, right? Is a part when you're feeling pain. Yesterday the video ended with me saying, am I supposed to feel this pain? Am I supposed to go through this to change? Maybe pain is part of a predestination. Maybe whoever created me made me extra clumsy. Now, how can you make somebody extra clumsy? It's quite simple. You see this a lot with animals. A lot of animals, they have a poor sense of balance. And the poor sense of balance debalance or unbalance your whole body. Now, this is why baby have a hard time sitting up. This is why baby have a hard time walking. As you age, you become better. But I said this couldn't be fixed. Having me more clumsy. If I'm more clumsy, would make certain tasks harder. And those tasks being harder, it would teach me more. Another example, if I was born with extremely good looks, right? I wouldn't have to work hard on my personality. And the way I am today is a direct result of the way I look. My height, right? That was all things that was made fun of, which caused pain. But some way, somehow, it led me to be here, be talking with you guys, right? And of course, there's multiple. Okay, we're going complicated. There's multiple reality. There's multiple timeline where I'm here talking to you guys. But there's only one timeline when I'm saying what I'm saying. You understand? Quite hard. Pain. It could be a simple way of nature to teach you a lesson, right? And if you have learned that lesson, it's worth it. But if you didn't learn that lesson, then it's pointless, and you're suffering for no reason, and that's where you have to stop. Am I suffering for a reason? Am I suffering for no reason? Is my suffering bringing me... I talked about this yesterday. Positive or not? That's really important because I pay $20 for a really, really, really good pizza. But I wouldn't pay $20 for a shitty pizza. And that's because I see the value of quality. And then pain is quality. There's a pain that teaches you stuff. That's a high quality than just pain for pain, right? Yesterday I was talking about how I cut myself with a knife at work. By mistake, of course. And There's no quality, like, oh, you just weren't careful. And it could be teaching us to be careful, but then again, there's so many opportunity where I'm ending a knife. It's like playing with fire. You're not gonna burn yourself every time, but there's a time where you're gonna burn yourself and you're like, oh shit. You know? And in a simple way, this is super interesting because is this still fate? Or this is just a force of habit because I'm playing with fire. You know? Am I suffering? Yes. Yeah, also have to ask yourself the question, why am I suffering? Why am I reacting the way I am? For example, again, me, a simple joke that can hurt you, and another person receiving the same joke as you, they're gonna laugh it off. Is it because you're susceptible? Or is it because you're not used to this pain? Is it because they already learned the lesson? Or is it because you didn't learn the lesson? You have to ask yourself, why am I suffering like this? Why is this affecting me so much? Why is this affecting me in the way it's affecting me, right? It's a better question than just, oh, I'm suffering, so I should be learning a lesson. You have to ask yourself also, is your reaction justifiable? So, for example, you're suffering, you just burn yourself slightly, and you're treating it as a third-degree burn, and a third-degree burn is gonna leave a scar. You're like, holy crap, am I really like? Am I blowing this out of proportion? And the reason why this is important is because it's important to also measure your reaction, because if you overreact to every single thing, when it's going to be time to properly react, then your old perception of overreaction is going to be changed. So what I mean by this is people that do a lot of reaction content, right? And it's always like, oh, hi, wow. They become biased. They become oversaturated with reaction. So when it's time to have proper reaction, they don't have it because the whole day they were pretending to have a reaction. It kind of breaks you as a person. You understand? And that's something with pain. That's something with your reaction. If you're feeling pain the whole day, then you become numb to it. But you shouldn't become numb to pain. You should be able to feel pain. I believe you should feel pain. I believe pain is a justifiable and reasonable and important part of life because you age, you grow from it, right? What did I write again? Just well, it's easy to say. It's easy to say I'm meant to suffer, right? This was meant to happen, but then you're giving yourself an excuse. You're saying, oh, I was meant to have that. And if you're telling yourself you're meant to have that, then you don't look as to why I'm getting what I'm getting. Why is this happening to me? Because if you ask yourself the question, why is this happening to me? You find the answer. And if you don't, even if you don't find the answer, right? You're like, okay, well, at least I asked the question, and asking the question is important. We're gonna check that out a bit later on. It was meant to happen, but no matter no matter the pain, we're seeing cloud in the sky. And I know I'm reaching a bit, but we're seeing cloud, and we're like, oh, this is the shape. This is this shape. A cloud is a cloud. Doesn't matter you're the shape. The shape is a result of your imagination, of your perception. Let's say today I see a cloud and I think it looks like a dinosaur. Is it because I watched a lot of documentary on dinosaur lately, or is it just because I have a vapid imagination? It doesn't matter because at the end of the day, it's exactly this. It's exactly what you think it is. It's fucking, it's fucking a cloud, nothing else, nothing more, nothing less. We change it because we change it because we're having this perception, and this perception is the leading cause of how we experience pain and how we deal with it, right? And again, this is a question that I answered before. Control your reaction to their action, or control your action to their reaction. Just like I watch so many, okay, pain is exactly that. It's either it be physical or emotional, right? We have to censor. We're having those sensors that are censoring pain, right? And the way they're censoring this pain, the way they're censoring, and censoring mean, oh, I receive pain. I have a sensor that's going off. It's my reaction. Exactly. And you receiving the information of I'm hurt, is your body gonna go, or your mind, your body and emotion are gonna be telling you the exact pain you're feeling? Is your brain is gonna say, this is my proper reaction to it. I got stabbed with a needle. It's physical pain. I got my heart break. if it's emotional pain. Of course, you're gonna tell me a heartbreak hurts more than a needle, and you'd be right. But it's your brain that's processing the information of how much pain should I express, and it is justified. Should I scream bloody murder because there's a needle? Well, if I feel like of if I feel like screaming bloody murder, I should be able to, right? Asking yourself the question, right? Even if there's no answer, but you're questioning it, you're questioning how I'm reacting is important, because again, the more you ask questions, the broader your imagination or your perception is. By having this, you're having a broader you're going to be looking farther for an answer, and by looking farther, you're going to find not necessarily the answer you're looking for, but you're going to find another answer, and finding the other answer might help you in the long run, right? um Why the reason? Just because exactly, there was a guy at work that hurt me multiple times, and I kept on trying to understand why he was hurting me, but the answer was just because he was an asshole. Is it justifiable? No, but not gonna change him. I'm not being able to change him, and that took me going further, asking the right question. The first question I was asking was, what did I do to deserve that? The answer was nothing. He's just an asshole. And because I went further, because I went to ask another question, I got another answer. And that answer was what I was looking for, right? Why the reason? Just by because they're an asshole. But asking yourself why you enable, exactly. You have also to ask yourself. I mentioned before, I mentioned before, oh, oh, this is complicated. I mentioned before, why am I suffering? Should I allow this pain? And should you enable people or let them hurt you? And the answer is no. There should be an inner revolt, and you saying "fuck you," no, hurt me. There's a difference between free pain and a friend telling you, "Hey, you know, you didn't brush your teeth today." That's a friend trying to be helpful. It hurts because it makes your breath stink, but he's trying to help you. Otherwise, there's a guy, an asshole, that just do like a stupid joke, right? The fact that you're saying "fuck you" is you saying, and even though, and that's the craziest thing. That's the most important thing. If somebody hurts me emotionally, and I say "fuck you," they might not stop. But it's me saying "fuck you," and I'm not gonna accept it. Doesn't matter if they're still affecting me. I'm not gonna allow it to affect me. It's important to understand that the pain you're feeling right now is justified or not justified, and that's the whole point of today. There's no benefit to a pain, right? And we always say, in a sense, is bliss. For the longest time, I was always like, "Hey, fuck them. I'm gonna be me because I love me, and I love me today, and I love me tomorrow, and I love me yesterday," right? But now that I have this broader view, I'm able to understand that some of those pain, some of those things that hurt me were meant to help me, and I regret not accepting that. But it's just a case of the question of asking, and I broaden my social view, my view on social views, and my view on social interaction. And is that because I was alone for a long time, and then we enter into another one, is why people are hurting you. So yesterday we analyzed pain. Today we analyze why am I feeling pain. Another day, because that's another subject. When I ask why are people helping us, why are people hurting us. But that's for another day. That I love you, that you matter. I'll see you soon. Peace.